It has been a while since we speak about the new features added to Ask Kuber website. We are very glad to announce that we have a couple of new interesting features which have been added to a list of our tools for the benefit of our users. And I want to make sure that I want to ensure that we are working very hard behind the scene to analyze more and more the data and give more meaningful numbers to our user community. So let's start what has been added recently. The three things which has been added: we have introduced the concept of personal and public watch list. Public watch list is the one where you create a watch list and share with others. Personal watch list is where you only can view the watch list and you have to log in for that, and public watch list doesn't require a login. In the research, we have interesting trends and stocks to watch. Stocks to watch are the kind of a stock recommendations based on our experience and understanding. An interesting trend is a tool where you can spot the trends in a stock. So let's start, because I think interesting trend is going to take most of our time. Let's start with the interesting trend. Interesting trend needs a registered user. So I'm sure that most of our viewer who are watching this video already are registered user. If you're not, please register yourself. It's free, and enjoy the benefits. Now in the interesting trend, we have, if you can search the trend by a name of a company or by the date. In the example here, we search the trends for today's, which is 30th. So we can see that there are around 25 stocks which have been found a trend. What those trends are? So mainly these trends are the crossovers of moving average, exponential moving average. So we are covering the crossovers of 20, 50 and 200 days EMA. Along with that, couple of other things which we are covering, which is the gap up and gap down. When you click on the message description, you can find more details about it. Gap up means when the day's opening price is 5% or more than the previous close price, and gap down means day's opening price is less than 5% from the previous close price. Suppose there is some negative news in the stock and it comes down, or there is a positive news, then it opens up positively. The volume, we are tracking the volume, where the large volume, which was, for example, we have 6 times or 5 times more volume than the 1 month volume, previous 1 month average volume. Or we are also tracking when this volume happens, then we check whether the stock was already in uptrend. Uptrend means the stock has 20-day EMA higher than the 200 days EMA. So we will cover them one by one with the example, all of them. Not all means most of them. Let's take example. We found that in Divi's laboratory. So when you click on this link, you will see a default chart, which is a technical chart of 6 month. Here we will see three indicators, three moving average, 20, 50 and 200 days, and then you will see the price and volume. So what it is telling us here, that today there is a crossover of 20-day moving average and 50-day moving average, and 20-day is crossing 50-day towards up. So let's try to see what the trend makes sense here. 20-day EMA cross 50-day EMA towards up. So okay, so that is the meaning of this trend we found here. So similarly, you can have okay, so now 50-day moving average cross. So in this case, 50-day EMA has crossed 20-day 200-day EMA. So if you see the example today, the green line has crossed the 200 days line, which is green is the 50-day EMA has crossed the 200-day EMA, and what it was telling that 20-day EMA is already in a positive zone, which is, that's the first thing. 20-day EMA has already crossed 200-day EMA. This is additional information we have there. Now let's take example of EIH we have, and let's take if there is any trend which we found from the January 1st. And yes, we found it. So we found one trend of EIH, which was a gap down. Gap down means stock price open on 21st February. So if you see this chart, what it is telling, that the stock price has opened with a negative gap down. So the gap was towards downwards. So the stock price opened negative on the 21st February. And this blue thing is, if you click on that, it will see the right issue was announced on that day. That may be the reason. But what we are showing to our investors, our users, is that there was a trend which we found gap down. Similarly, we can spot that. So let's start with a company called Siemens, and there may be a pattern here which is showing that it's showing a positive pattern here. It's showing that Siemens was having a gap up pattern on 28th 31st January. So if you open that, you can see in the chart that on 31st January, around this time, there was a huge up opening. So opened was very high, higher than the previous close. Okay, now let's take one more example with the volume we saw today. Even it was today, so let's say 30th March. So we saw Ambuja Cement. It is showing that there is a large volume here which we observed on the 30th. So that's what it is telling in the volume thing. Now interesting thing, what we can do, that you can take the company and search all the previous trend for the company. So you can search from January 1st. Let's see what are the trends I found. So you will see that trends found, there are a couple of trends found in that, which are first 20-day EMA cross 200-day EMA on January. So first 20-day EMA cross 50-day EMA up, then volume was I think this is Ambuja Gujarat Export, let's say Ambuja again. Then on 3rd February, 20-day EMA cross 200 EMA down, 50-day EMA. Then 1st March crossed 200-day EMA down, then 50-day EMA crossed 200-day EMA up, and then 20-day EMA crossed 200-day EMA up, and then 20-day EMA crossed 50-day EMA up, and then today it was a volume day. One more thing, what we are showing here, the price is the price at the time of the intersection happened, and then the last trade price is the today's price, and then we are showing the difference. So for example, if you want to have a trading strategy, you can, over a period, like you want to know whenever the 50-day EMA has crossed the 200-day EMA, I will buy the stock. So you will see that benefit, the amount of return you will get 23.36%. So in that way, and let's visualize them on the chart. So what we found, that from January, so there are two crossovers here which were shown in the interesting trend. Then one crossover was in February when 20 crossed 200. Then we saw another crossover when 50 crossed 200, and then now we saw recently another crossover where 20 crossed 200, and 50 crossed 200, and 20 crossed 50. So what the benefit of this feature is that earlier you have to spot yourself the chart and then see where the crossover happened, but by looking at this way, you narrow down the list and analyze only the stock which have the pattern or the trend. Do write us back if you find you have an interesting idea or trend which you want to capture and which can benefit you or our bigger audience, and we'll surely work on that. Enjoy the feature. Now second feature we added is the stocks to watch. Stocks to watch is this a feature where we are telling that these are the stocks which we found a very strong trend. Let's take the Ambuja Cement, which we just now saw, Syndicate Banks, some computer. These may be a good investment ideas which you can look for. Now what is telling the type? So we are, whether we are telling buy or sell. Last trade price is the price at which we saw the trend, and suggested is the price at which last trade price is the price at current market price, and suggested is the at what point we suggested it, and target is the what target was told, and diff is the what is the difference between the target and the suggested price. So for example, in this case, Ambuja Cement is 13% up than the suggested price, and period is long. Long means this it may take long. It is a So in this case, Syndicate Bank, we are expecting that in medium term the stock will show up movement. In the case of Ambuja Cement, we are seeing a in the long run. And risk medium, we can have medium, high, low risk. Low means very low risk stock, mostly like large cap, and medium is the risk is medium means okay, it is going to achieve the target, but risk of going down from here is low. In case of high risk means stock is volatile and it may go down. The trend is not as strong. So when you say medium means stock trend is strong, but when you say risk is very low means strong is very very strong. These are the couple of notes which has been added by our admins, which is like which you can read, and which should be self-explanatory. Okay, so this covers our two new features: stocks to watch and interesting trend. And then the third feature which we have is the public and personal watch list. Personal watch list, the watch list which has been created by you and you can only view them. But you can make a watch list public by click on edit button. So and you say no. When you say no means this watch list will no more be public, and when you say yes means this watch list will be public now. So public means anyone can come, and view them watch list. Most of the things will be same, but they cannot modify the watch list. They cannot add the stocks in the watch list. They can only view the watch list. Let's take example here, public watch list. So right now we see there are 3 stocks in the public watch list: Twitter stock, Fellow Diamond. So these are the watch lists and they are the name. Everything is same. When you click on that, you will see the details, which are the stocks this watch list contain. These things are information is same as the personal watch list, where watch list how much is the current in value, how much is the change in the value. We saw benchmark, how much is the current benchmark, and how much is the change since it is created, and then the expected return and actual return. It shows the it is an annualized value of the return. When we use the holding period return method to calculate the return of the stock and its watch list. And this is the name of the owner who created the watch list. So if you have an idea, you want to try something out, create a watch list, share with your friends, and they can also track the same stocks. This is the nice way to share your investment ideas. I hope you enjoyed it. Do write back if you have any new idea in your mind, and which you think we can help you in develop and make it available to our users. Enjoy investing.